This segment sponsored by ExpressCare Urgent Care Centers.
Now, peak summer temperatures can reach dangerous highs for anybody.
Our friends at ExpressCare see all sorts of injuries, but shared more about what can happen when it gets too hot outside. Check it out.
Well, summer is here, and with it comes the sun and all kinds of heat-related issues. We're hanging out at ExpressCare Urgent Care, and Eric is here to tell us how they can help you treat some of those summer problems. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, well.
So first, let's talk about the sun. I'm a big fan of the sun. We need our vitamin D, but the sun can be dangerous, right?
It can be dangerous on several different levels, sure.
So sunburn?
Sunburn, yeah. So sunburns are basically what we used to refer to as first-degree burns or superficial burns. Basically, these are burns that involve just the outermost layer of the skin. They typically improve within about a week's time, but you certainly want to limit exposure, and if you're going to be out in the sun for any length of time, certainly use sunscreen.
And then we talked about heat exhaustion. So is there a difference between heat exhaustion and actual heat stroke?
Yes, there's a big, it's basically two ends of a spectrum.
Okay.
So heat exhaustion is where you start, and heat stroke, unfortunately, is where that goes if things aren't remedied.
So what are some signs that we should look for to know when we should get
So the beginning symptoms are going to be basically extreme fatigue, dizziness, heart racing, maybe even a feeling of shortness of breath. And that'll progress into where you're not able to sweat any longer. And once that happens, this is where you're really starting to get set up for heat stroke, the final stage of that spectrum.
Okay, so what should we do when we get to that point?
So as soon as you start to feel yourself being fatigued or dizzy or anything of this sort, stop the participation immediately, sit down, try and get some cold water over the head, the back of the neck. These are areas that dissipate a lot of heat that can help cool you down quickly, and obviously work on oral hydration.
Okay, or we could come to you, right?
Or absolutely.
Okay.
Always seek medical attention, even if you start to feel better following those measures. Always seek medical attention.
Okay, and so then also you talked about heat rashes is a thing for the summer?
Yeah, so yeah, we see rashes that are specific to summertime. Poison ivy certainly is probably the most common one of those. This is a contact dermatitis from various types of plants that have an oil on them called urushiol that most people tend to react to. I would say for those in small areas, less than maybe about the diameter of your hand, 3 inches or less, you could treat topically with like an over-the-counter hydrocortisone, an anti-itch preparation. Anything longer than that, or if it becomes circumferential around the limb, if it involves swelling or the face, genital area, you would want to seek medical attention. Or if you have a history of severe reactions to these types of plants, you would want to seek medical attention.
And we all love a good barbecue, but with that can also come burn injuries, right?
Absolutely, unfortunately, yes. Yeah. So burns, again, are on a gradient. They used to be graded first degree, second degree, third degree, and fourth. They're a little bit different now. What you would want to know is basically a basic concept of these degrees of burns. The first and second degree is what we'll spend time talking about. These are burns that are just involving either the outermost layer or the superficial portion of the second layer as well. They tend to blanch or kind of white out if you push on them. They'll be red, and if you push on them, they'll blanch or kind of, again, white out. If you see these, again, kind of the same rules apply. Less than a hand width, 3 inches or so in diameter. You can treat at home. You wash the area really well with cool, soapy water, blot it dry. You can put a cool wash rag over top of that to help alleviate some of the burning symptoms. And don't ice the area though, okay? That's just too much cooling effect. Anything larger than that, and certainly anything, again, circumferential involving the face, hands, feet, and genitals, you would want to seek medical attention for.
Okay, and we can come to you. You guys have locations all over.
Absolutely.
And you're open 7 days a week.
Open 7 days a week.
All right, ExpressCare Urgent Care.
8 to 9.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Well,